Bitcoin is unstoppable and will continue to change the world. In today's show, Bitcoin sees new all-time highs in 3 countries as Bitcoin price pokes $31,000. And quoting billionaire and legendary Wall Street fund manager Paul Tudor Jones, Bitcoin is the only thing humans can't adjust the supply in. I am going to stick with it. And quoting Max Kaiser, of course the SEC is overreaching, but that won't stop them from killing off XRP and every other ish coin except Bitcoin. Of course, it's untouchable because there is virtually no rule of law whatsoever in Wall Street and finance. For those with money and clout, Brad Garlinghouse has been spending a lot to keep his Ponzi scheme going, but he can't outspend the Fed and Jamie Dimon. It's just a matter of when, not if, when XRP gets cut down. Also in today's show, ETF provider Prime to launch the first leveraged Bitcoin futures ETF in the US this Tuesday. Also in today's show, Bitwise CEO calls for a multi-year Bitcoin bull run starting now as institutional FOMO continues. We'll also be discussing veteran trader Peter Brandt labels Bitcoin a legacy coin to outlast the make-believe crypto wannabes. We'll also be discussing a $1.5 trillion Bitcoin market cap incoming, predicts macro guru Hugh Hendry. We'll be discussing why and how. We'll also be discussing the top reasons why the Bitcoin price will likely hit $1 million according to the Strike CEO, Jack Mallers, and that nobody can change that. Quoting him here, there are only 2 things I can guarantee in this world. Nobody can live forever. Nobody can create more than 21 million Bitcoin. For everything else, there will always be more supply given enough demand. That's why the only 2 things I truly value are my life and my Bitcoin. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. And today's episode is brought to you by the Crypto Code. If you're interested in learning effective crypto trading, you can learn how to make automatic daily profits in crypto, no matter if the markets are up or down. I highly encourage you to check out this presentation. Simply click the link in the description right down below and let me know what you think. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to turn on notifications to receive daily premium Bitcoin and crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week. And with that being shared, now let's dive into today's Market Watch. But first, I want to say welcome to pod episode number 1323. I'm your host, JV, and today is June 25th, 2023. The market is pumping. You got to respect the pump. Bitcoin up 0.3%, trading back above 30,600. Let's see if we can hit 31,000 before the end of today's live stream. We have Ether up almost 1%, up trading just under 1,900. Also, as you can see, XRP, BNB, Solana, Polkadot, Cardano, all pumping it in the green. The crypto market cap sitting just under $1.2 trillion with about 32 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance at 49.9% with the Ether dominance at 19.1%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, Aave leading the pack up a whopping 26%, trading at 71 bucks, followed by Pancake Swap up almost 16%, trading at $1.62, followed by Synthetics up 14.5%, trading at $2.19. And welcome to everyone here in the live chat. Make sure to say hello. And at the end of the show, we'll be reading everyone's comments out loud. Now checking out the top gainers for the past week. We also have Aave here leading the pack up 25%, along with Cake up 15.8% and Synthetics up 14%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're back in greed at a 64. Yesterday was a 62. Last week a 49 neutral, and last month a 49 neutral. So there you have it. How many of you are currently bullish on the King Crypto? Be sure to make some noise in the comments right down below. And now let's dive into today Bitcoin technical analysis as Bitcoin price has hit new highs in 3 different countries around the world. And let's check out the charts and what is cracking right now. Bitcoin tapped 31,000 for the 3rd time this year on June 25th as the weekly close promised volatility, and expect continued volatility because, as Michael Saylor once said, volatility equals life force, and Bitcoin has a lot of that, if you know what I mean. Data from Cointelegraph Market Support and Trading View showed Bitcoin price movements focusing on yearly highs. Bitcoin price remained strong over the weekend as attention focused on geopolitical events such as Russia and surrounding states, with tensions lessening on the day. Curiosity over the market's reactions at the June 26 open remain, with the weekly candle close already a classic source of volatility coming first. And quoting crypto analyst Rec Capital, Bitcoin has broken the multi-month downtrend, which you can see in this chart in the blue, but a Bitcoin performance forms a weekly close like this, a new downtrend may form, which you can see here in the black. This could be the beginning of a new pattern. Lots can change before July. Most bullish scenario is the weekly close above $30,000, and it looks like we're on track to close above 30. He also says Bitcoin in mid-April rejected from 30,000 resistance. Let's see if Bitcoin can turn 30,000 into support. And fellow trader Crypto Tony shared Bitcoin update. If Bitcoin can consolidate around these highs at 31,000, then a burst up to 32,000 will be no problem. I believe in the bulls. That's what's up. Where my Bitcoin bulls at? And quoting crypto analyst Mikhail Van de Popp, Bitcoin made a nice high through which it swept the yearly high. I am unsure whether we'll continue running from here, but during uptrends, you'll most likely see the price continuing to run rather than have deep corrections. If we have a correction, 28,500, I buy. So there you have it. How many of you would also take advantage of that dip? Write BTFD in the comments below as Bitcoin records keep tumbling. Despite the cool off of volatility against the US dollar, Bitcoin did manage to set new records in 3 countries this week, including Argentina, Venezuela, and Lebanon. Bitcoin hit its highest levels ever against their local currency because their currencies are hyperinflating, right? For those countries, that trend has continued throughout 2023 as inflation and macroeconomic policy choices quickly erode the purchasing power. And in Turkey, their lira, if I'm pronouncing it, lira, plunged to new lows against the dollar. Bitcoin neared this area for its blow-off top from December of 2021. And this is a very bold comment coming from legendary investor Paul Tudor Jones. In a recent interview, he wrote or said that Bitcoin is the only thing that humans can adjust the supply in, and I'm going to stick with it. That, my friend, is a fact. And John Deaton has been going back and forth with Max Keiser. John Deaton wrote, what is inconsistent is that so many Bitcoin maxis fancy themselves libertarians and then applaud or celebrate the massive and gross overreach by the SEC. And Max Keiser's response, of course the SEC is overreaching, but that won't stop them from killing off XRP and every other ish coin except Bitcoin. Of course, it's untouchable because there is virtually no rule of law whatsoever in Wall Street and finance for those with money and clout. Brad Garlinghouse has been spending a lot to keep his Ponzi scheme going, but he can't outspend the Fed and Jamie Dimon. It's just a matter of when, not if, when XRP gets cut down. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Max Keiser. And now for some big news this Tuesday, the first Bitcoin ETF in the United States officially goes live, but unfortunately, it's not a spot ETF, it's a futures leverage ETF. So let's discuss this, shall we? An ETF provider in the US is reportedly close to launching its first of a kind Bitcoin fund. It's called Volatility Shares. The ETF provider based in Mount Kisco, New York, will start offering the 2X Bitcoin Strategy ETF with the kicker BITX next Tuesday, June 27th, according to the company website, which is 2 days away. Volatility Shares says the product is the first US-based ETF to offer leverage long exposure to the crypto futures market, explains the company, quoting them here. BITX will seek daily investment results before fees and expenses that correspond to 2 times the return of the S&P CME Bitcoin Futures Daily Roll Index by investing in Bitcoin future contracts trading on the CME. Now, news of this volatility fund comes as much of the crypto world eagerly awaits for the outcome of BlackRock's newly announced Bitcoin Spot ETF application, which has sent the price action parabolic from 25 to back above 30,000. Now, no U.S. Bitcoin Spot ETF apps have ever been approved thus far, despite submissions from Grayscale to convert their GBTC into a spot ETF. You also have Van Eck and Cathie Wood's ARK Invest through the SEC. They did greenlight the launch of the first Bitcoin futures ETF, though, in October of 2021. Also like to point out, if a spot Bitcoin ETF does likely get approved, it's most likely going to get approved by BlackRock because they have a track record, as I covered in great detail in yesterday's episode, of 575 to 1, meaning at a 576 total ETF applications, the SEC approved 575 of them. So the likelihood of this spot Bitcoin ETF getting approved is very high. But the $1 million question becomes, when? We all know there's a Bitcoin halving roughly 9 to 10 months out, which is going to occur early 2024. And the SEC has to respond to this app for the spot Bitcoin ETF by BlackRock before then. So will we see fireworks? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now let's discuss a multi-year bull run, which is just starting now, according to the Bitwise CEO. That's the world's largest crypto index fund manager. So this is another bold prediction. In a new Bloomberg interview, Matt Hogan says the crypto prices have shown incredible resilience in the face of increasing regulatory scrutiny. Hogan says that BlackRock's recent foray into Bitcoin may be the cherry on the top for new bull market conditions. Quoting him here, prices have actually been rising since last November after the FTX debacle, so this has been climbing a wall of worry, and now we have BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, putting in their flag in the ground and saying Bitcoin matters, and it's an asset that institutional investors will want to own for the next 5 to 10 years. I think we have entered a new era of crypto. I call it the mainstream era of crypto, and I think we have entered into a multi-year bull market that is just getting started now. Let's go. The CEO also forecasts a new growth chapter beyond just asset prices. He says that crypto equities are now on the verge of blossoming and predicts a big wave of new crypto companies entering the stock market. Quoting him again, there is a pent-up pipeline of interest companies in the crypto space, crypto infrastructure companies that are going to see material stronger results as Bitcoin and other crypto assets continue to rise. So I expect that pipeline to open up. I'd say more broadly, crypto equities have actually outperformed crypto asset prices. Our index of crypto equities is up by more than 100% this year. So absolutely, we're going to see more debuts. We are going to see this industry grow by leaps and bounds. I think it is a really exciting moment for crypto. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the Bitwise CEO that this multi-year bull market is just getting started right now. And with that being shared, now let's discuss the latest from legendary crypto trader Peter Brandt, calling Bitcoin a legacy coin, which it absolutely is. And then we'll dive into a prediction of a $1.5 trillion Bitcoin market cap, followed by the latest from Jack Mallers and his $1 million Bitcoin price prediction that absolutely nobody can stop. And then we'll dive into our live Q&A. And welcome to everyone just joining the live show. Veteran trader Peter Brandt recently riled altcoiners after suggesting that Bitcoin will outperform and outlast what he described as make-believe crypto wannabes. Brandt made the remarks after Mike, a private investor at E Holdings, concurred with his earlier tweet about Bitcoin's impending decisive breakout. Quoting Peter Brandt here on Crypto Twitter, Bitcoin is a legacy coin and will outlast and outvalue all of the make-believe crypto wannabes. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Peter Brandt. Now, Matt, one of the Twitter users that responded to Brandt's remarks, said he did not understand the reasoning behind the veteran trader's assertions. He also argued that proclaiming Bitcoin will forever outvalue everything is misguided. He also urged Brandt to stay flexible. Well, someone obviously does not understand Bitcoin, right? Now, another Twitter user reminded Brandt about the Bitcoin network's high transaction fees and long confirmation times and how these make the facilitation of efficient transactions impossible. The user ended the tweet by telling Brandt not to be fooled by maximalists ideology. However, in his subsequent tweets on the same subject, Brandt, who had previously clashed with the Bitcoin Laser Eye movement, appeared to reaffirm his belief in the King crypto. In one of these tweets, here's what he had to share. The burden of proof is increasing upon the bears in Bitcoin. The retesting of the underlying head and shoulders has been very well supported, and a possible falling wedge is being completely on the daily line chart, which is outlined right here. Now, yeah, that is pretty cool. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Peter Brandt that Bitcoin is here and it is a legacy coin here to stay. Obviously, right? Now, with that being shared, fam, now let's discuss this latest prediction by macro analyst who is predicting a $1.5 trillion Bitcoin market cap. Keep it in mind, the Bitcoin market cap right now is under 600 billion. So this is a factor of 3x prediction. Then we'll dive into the latest by the one and only Fearless Strike CEO, Jack Mallers, followed by our live Q&A. So let's break this down, shall we? We got macro guru Hugh Hendry says Bitcoin's total market cap is likely to almost triple in size as macroeconomic conditions continue to worsen. In a new Bloomberg television interview, the hedge fund manager says that high interest rates are likely to cause an economic downturn. Quoting him here, when you raise rates to 5% in the UK, effectively, we're at 20%, and we are going to break things. That's what the markets are telling you. Now, according to Hendry, Bitcoin will be one of the top performing assets when macroeconomic conditions worsen, and its market cap is likely to explode. Send it. Now, the Bitcoin market cap is currently sitting just under $600 billion at the time of this live stream. He says gold is also a sound investment during a downturn, but that the drawback is that there is a limited potential to the upside for the precious metal. Quoting him here, gold is a defense. The upside is kind of modest. Gold is capitalized at 13 trillion, referring to the market cap. So say gold tripled, gold would be the equivalent size of all US stocks. Now I've lived long and I've lived a crazy life and I have seen some crazy stuff, but even I can't conceive of that, so maybe it preserves its value. Now, Bitcoin's market cap is $500 billion, and Bitcoin finds itself in the world of asset allocation within a bucket that we call alternatives. You know, private equity, commercial property, gold, etc. Now, it is a $100 trillion bucket, and Bitcoin is $500 billion, so it could triple, and it would be $1.5 trillion. It would be half the size of Apple. Hendry believes that the Bitcoin market cap will likely get a boost from regulators targeting other digital assets, like we're witnessing right now in real time, that they don't consider a commodity like they do Bitcoin, and from increased institutional involvement, such as BlackRock's Bitcoin Spot ETF application. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst that the Bitcoin market cap is likely to soar to $1.5 trillion. All I gotta say is send it and let's frickin' go. And with that being shared, now from the latest from one of my favorite Bitcoiners, who is Jack Mallers. He's the Strike CEO. He recently spoke at the Miami conference, 2023 Bitcoin conference, and they just did a massive launch, opening up their Strike app, which is a Bitcoin payments app in over 60 countries globally. So not only is Strike available in the United States and in El Salvador, but now in Mexico, and it's ultimately crippling the remittance business around the world from like Western Union, MoneyGram, etc. So this is a game changer. And he was also more recently interviewed by CNBC, and he made very bold prediction on why Bitcoin is guaranteed to continue to go up in price, ultimately hitting $1 million. And he stands by the fact that nobody can change that. And you got to respect his, his passion, determination, hence why he's one of my favorite Bitcoiners. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. Now let's break down the latest from Jack Mallers, but let's start with this tweet, which is a quote from this interview. There are only two things I can guarantee in this world. Number one, nobody can live forever. And number two, nobody can create more than 21 million Bitcoin. For everything else, there will always be more supply given enough demand. That's why the only two things I truly value are my life and my Bitcoin. I can totally relate to that 100%. Let me know if you can. Now, also, remember earlier in the year, we had Balaji, the former Coinbase CTO. He was very bold and passionate about Bitcoin hitting $1 million within 90 days. In fact, he put his money where his mouth is and put a big wager of $1 million on the line. But lo and behold, it was to create awareness, he later went on to admit. So when he was asked about that, speaking of CNBC's Power Lunch with Kelly Evans, Strike CEO Jack Mallers discussed the role of Bitcoin in the ongoing banking crisis, and Mallers says he is convinced the Bitcoin price will hit $1 million. Why? Fueled by global hyperinflation, like we're witnessing right now in real time. And according to Mallers, the Fed has tarnished its name by printing more money to save the banking industry, despite claims to reduce inflation to 2%. And as such, Mallers expects Bitcoin prices to continue in higher demand, and also reiterated the fact there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins despite the increase in demand. Hence, what makes Bitcoin so valuable is no politician, no corrupt government, no, none of these shady mofos can change that. And because of the fact it can't be changed, that's what makes it so valuable, which is the same insights that Paul Tudor Jones, the billionaire legendary investor, was sharing that I shared with you earlier. For that reason alone, being uncorruptible money, unconfiscatable money with a finite limited supply is the game changer. That's why it says Bitcoin is guaranteed to go up in value, as the purchasing power is guaranteed to go up in Bitcoin, as the dollar purchasing power continues to decline. Why is that? They continue to print more. The greenback as money printer continue to go brrr. And as that happens, that just makes Bitcoin that much more valuable. And I think people are starting to recognize that as they lose more faith from central bankers and governments around the world. But let me know your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree with Jack Mallers that the Bitcoin price is likely to continue to go up all the way to $1 million, and that nobody, no person on this planet, no corrupt government, no organization can ever change that? Holla at your boy in the comments right down below. And now let's dive into our live Q&A. Welcome to each and every one of you today in the live chat. What's good, Crypto Rome? What's good, Digital Dankness? Lawrence Abramoff, Jeff S. What is poppin'? Good to see y'all. Jim Junkie Crypto, Paul P. We got Cow Tongue, Darth Vader in the building. The force is strong up in here. Adam Wild, Jeremy Barker, what is poppin'? And Savvy Bitcoiner, good to see you as well. Happy Sunday to the entire crypto crew. We got Kevin Harandi, good to see you as well. Everyone show Coinfather some love. He got rushed to the hospital last night with some blood clots in his lung. He's here in the chat this morning, but please do keep him in your prayers. Word, yeah, Bitcoin is going to continue to soar. You already know. Digital Dankness reminds us, smash the like button on your way in. It's free, and it's the biggest compliment to JV's dedication and hard work. Subscribe and set up notifications if you haven't already yet. And welcome to the Crypto News Alerts fam. I couldn't have said it any better myself, Digital Dankness, and I greatly appreciate your continued support. Also, obviously, being active in the live chat makes this show very exciting and separates it from everything else. I believe this show is successful at the level it is because of the community behind it. So make sure to say hello. Make sure you're logged into your YouTube account so you can participate and interact with us live on a daily basis. And make sure you're subscribed, especially if you're new to the channel. And make sure you hit that bell, turn on all notifications so each and every day when I go live, because the time slots are different on a day-to-day basis, so you don't miss out on the latest and greatest crypto news. You know what I mean? Welcome. Good to see you, fam. Your hard work, and I support your message. It is no trouble to help the channel. Just keeping being the best source for daily crypto news. You got it. I will absolutely continue, fam, and appreciate it. Shout out to Tony Jeffries in Liverpool. Is there anyone here from Liverpool, Northwest UK, that might like to meet up? Bit lonely being the only person from Liverpool. Surely there must be more people. I guarantee you there's more people. It's just a matter of them connecting with you, as yesterday's episode alone had over 12,000 views. So more than likely, there's quite a few people out there in the UK. So feel free to reach out to LFC Liverpool Film Club, who is Tony Jeffries, and maybe y'all can meet up and connect. That'd be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah, welcome, Jeff S. Good morning or good afternoon. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Good to see the fam in the building. I am curious how the stock market will act on Monday based on the shenanigans that happened in Russia over the weekend. That's a great question. We shall soon see. Considering, Bitcoin's still above $30,000, which is good for the market. If we have a strong close above 30,000, I think the bullish momentum will continue into the new week. If for some reason we crash before the weekly close back under 30,000, then we may have some more of a continued ongoing correction and sideways action, but we shall see. I don't know how stocks will likely perform off the back of that, but typically war is good for business, so who knows? You guys let me know your thoughts. Yeah. Didn't the Russians invade the Kremlin to stop Putin? I don't know what's really going on because there's so much propaganda out there. So if anyone knows the 411, please do enlighten me. You know what I mean? Hey, Crypto Pump It, what's poppin'? Good to see you, fam. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, taking into account approximately 90% of the Russian military is in the Ukraine. It could have very easily turned into a coup. Russian-sponsored the elite Russian terrorist group did not like the way the war is going and attempted to take the Ministry of Defense, but curiously, they turned back at the last minute. Thanks for the insights, Jeff. I appreciate you sharing. I just hope everyone's safe. War, I can't stand it personally, but I know the elite thrive by it because it's so profitable. This Russian military group has some 25,000 troops that were moving into Moscow, but then they turned back. What's good? Maximus, good to see you, fam. Fun day, Sunday. Let's go. Merc30, welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. Morning all. Looking forward to the live show. Thank you, Golden Giant 58. Appreciate you tuning in, fam. FOMO like a motor. I say FOMO like a mofo. You know what I mean? Sweetness, that's what's up. DeFi is looking nice, says Adam Wild. Which projects in the DeFi space got you pretty excited about? Let me know. Always bullish for the long term. Same here. I'm in this for the long haul. I believe Bitcoin is a minimal 10-year play down the road. So I'm looking at the year, 2033, where the Bitcoin price action is likely to be by then. Could you only imagine? Talking about multi-million dollars per BTC. That's in dollar denominated terms. I don't even think the dollar will be in existence in another decade. But what are your thoughts? Let me know. Welcome, Artcoin. What's good from Glendale, California? Cali in the building. Artcoin says, send it, and let's freaking go. Paul, evening, fam. Good evening. As Max Kaiser predicted, the Hinman letter would be a big dud. It's meaningless, says Maximus. Yeah, it seems to be this way. It seems like, the forces of evil The powers that be are going to do what they want to do regardless at the end of the day. Water bring life. Bitcoin brings hope. Amen, Jim Junkie. My estimated end of the year price is 68,000, 1,000 less than the all-time high, but it will then retrace back to 42,000 until the halving. This is based on the adoption from more big money players, says Crypto Rome. Personally, I think that'd be fantastic if we got back to 68,000 this year in 2023. I think that would make for a very strong parabolic rally in 2024 with the Bitcoin halving roughly 9 to 10 months out, especially considering that the SEC needs to make their decision on the spot Bitcoin ETF by BlackRock, which could be fireworks, as there's literally trillions upon trillions of dollars currently sitting on the sidelines just awaiting to be FOMO'd, invested into Bitcoin here. It is what it is. Let's go. Crypto Locks was good. Mick Atu, good to see you. Bitcoin is the only thing real in crypto. Other coins might last, but it will only be half a dozen maximum. Well, considering there's like over 30,000 coins, that means a lot of ish coins are going to crash to zero. If that's true, let me know if you guys agree or disagree with Mick Atu. And which cryptos do you think are likely to get the green light besides Bitcoin, if any? Because right now we know the SEC and the CFTC has given Bitcoin the green light of being a commodity, while they're deeming a lot of the other major cryptos securities, unregistered securities, as we noticed from the recent lawsuits against Binance and Coinbase by the SEC. Now agreed with Peter Brandt, says Maximus. That's what's up. It absolutely is the legacy coin. You know what I mean? Some of the alts have real world use cases, but none will be like Bitcoin. That's a fact, because Bitcoin is the original innovator. It's decentralized. Nothing else can be like it. And it doesn't matter how many scammers fork the Bitcoin network. Bitcoin will always be Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin forks will never be Bitcoin. Even if you attach the name Bitcoin to it, like Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, they're all eventually going to collapse against Bitcoin as their, value continues to go down against Bitcoin. Hendry says 3x. I say 4x. Absolutely. I think that's a very conservative estimation, considering we've already seen roughly $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin at the height of the cycle. Shout out to Jack Mahlers, one of my favorite. That's what's up, Maximus. Lawrence Abramoff, what's good? Good to see you. It's been a minute. So pleasure seeing you. Do you like or own any altcoins? Says Crypto Rome. Personally, I think Bitcoin is the way to go. I can't say I don't own any altcoins, but none of them get me excited out of my bed every day like Bitcoin does. And it just is what it is. You know what I mean? I really don't get the daily Max Kaiser coverage, to be honest. It's a bit annoying, says Lawrence Abramoff. I appreciate the honesty, so let me break it down as honest as possible. Max Kaiser is the first person with a big following to support my channel, minus John McAfee, who passed away. I've had McAfee, I did a few interviews, but he has been very supportive of the show, and I appreciate that. So when an influencer shows Crypto News Alerts love, I show it back. And so he shows me love every single day, so I give it back. Because if it wasn't for him, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have the level of success that the show has. It's the truth. And I respect Max. He's my favorite Bitcoin influencer, to be honest, because it was Max and Stacy via the Kaiser Report who have been the most consistent, and that's my favorite power couple. So it's just my way of paying it forward. Max shows me love, I show that love right back. You know what I mean? It's called the circle of life, but that's why. You know what I mean? If he's shouting me out, I'm going to be sure to shout him out, and vice versa. So that's why. Let me know if that makes sense. And also, I love what Max has to say. I feel it's very relevant within the community, and people love him. My audience loves him, and anytime we do a show headlining, with Max and whatever predictions he has, they're always my best performing shows. So if you actually go to the channel and you click on most popular videos, it'll be Max Kaiser, then probably Michael Saylor and Jack Mahlers next. And if you do that with the live show, most popular video, same thing, like, clockwork. People love Max and Stacy, and I got a lot of respect for them. So now you know why, at least. So appreciate you asking. LFC Liverpool Film Club, I'm between Preston and Manchester, says Maximus. That's what's up. So we got other people out there in the UK, because Saylor actually articulates his reasoning. Kaiser just says it, and if you don't believe him, you're wrong. Like, really? That's not so true, because Max does do a podcast, The Orange Pill, every week with Stacy, where he breaks down in more depth and detail. You may just be looking at a tweet and then getting, one side of it, but, that's just my 2 Satoshis. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. No, Lawrence, Max is just years ahead of the rest of us, says Maximus. Kaiser is no fool. I agree, definitely way ahead of his time. Bitcoin is like the NWO. It is faux life. I call it the old world order. I don't show respect to the new world order, but yeah, Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. It's here for life. And as Max also pointed out, it doesn't matter where the origination of Bitcoin came from, because some people will argue, well, Bitcoin was, co-opted by the CIA or government intelligence at the end of the day. And Max is like, well, it's irrelevant who created it because it's unstoppable, meaning no government organization or individual, just like Jack Mallers predicted, nobody can stop it. And that, my friend, is true. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Max and Stacy, I might have never have gotten into Bitcoin. Wow, powerful words. There you have testimony right there. Max Gold, Max Bitcoin. It's true, bro. He is the first I heard talk about Bitcoin when I was into gold and silver. Legends Valley Music Festival. What's poppin', fam? Hey, JV, what's good? Good to see you. Litecoin has a maximum coin supply of 84 million, 4 times the supply of Bitcoin. Actually, I'm glad you brought up Litecoin. When is the Litecoin halving estimated to be? I know that is coming up. And typically, Litecoin is a good indicator when Litecoin starts breaking out that the rest of the market is going to do so, as Bitcoin halving follows the Litecoin halving. So if anyone has insights on that, do let us know. You know what I mean? Like Bitcoin and many other cryptos, Litecoin operates on a decentralized network using blockchain technology. Word up. I voted Trump when he won, says Dankness, and agree he is not a puppet, but the powers that be won't allow him to come back if they can help it. Greggio, what's up? Mary Nunez opened her first Bitcoin wallet. Well, that's what's up. Is that your wife, fam? Massive congratulations. Love to hear that. Lawrence, we all made mistakes along the way, says Maximus. Crypto Rome says, what would you do with your Bitcoin if it hit $1 million next month? Great question. Why don't we all participate and answer this? And in exchange, I'll answer this myself. So hypothetically, let's say the Bitcoin price action hit $1 million in July. Let's say it happened in 2 weeks on July 4th. Why not? Independence Day, Sovereign Day, Legacy Day. Yeah, how would that change my life? I'd continue to do my daily Bitcoin live show here, so that wouldn't change. I'd continue to work out every day. That wouldn't change. I'd continue to play basketball every day. That wouldn't change. I'd continue to spend, valuable, precious time with my daughter, teaching her everything I can in my life. That wouldn't change. I'd still eat healthy food. That wouldn't change. Honestly, I'd still live in the same place I live in today. That wouldn't change. Personally, I don't think my life would change much. But what would change is obviously the future generations. You know what I mean? I am very humble, and I'm looking for the words to say. I'm very happy with the Bitcoin I have accumulated since I got here. I'm very proud of it. And I think regardless of the Bitcoin price, I would just continue to do what I'm already doing. I have attained freedom. Everything I do in my life is because I choose to do it. You know what I mean? I don't have to do the show. I don't ever have to work again. I'm set for life. My daughter's already set for life at the current Bitcoin price of $30,000. So Bitcoin hit $1 million per coin. Honestly, everything would just continue as it is for me. But that's just me. Let me know you guys what you would do. I'm not looking for any material possessions. I'm happy with my house. I'm happy with my life. You know what I mean? So there's nothing to buy. It would just create more, I guess, even more faith and passion for Bitcoin every day, knowing it's changing people's lives around the world, knowing it's the antidote to the CBDCs. I feel like it's us versus them. We're at war right now with the forces of evil. You know what I mean? The dark forces, the Darth Vaders of the world. And I feel our only hope as a collective for humanity and our consciousness is Bitcoin, because without that, they're going to enslave us. What happened with COVID back in 2020 was the most disheartening thing I've ever experienced in my life. They shut down the entire freaking world. They put all small businesses under. They can no longer operate. They forced everyone to wear a mask so they can breathe their own recycled oxygen, which is something that can cause cancer. And they force people to get vaccinated or lose their livelihood or lose their job. This is corruption. This is what we're up against. And that's why I'm so freaking passionate about Bitcoin. It gives us a choice. It provides sovereignty, right? Whoever controls the money controls the world. That, my friend, is a fact. But guess what? No one controls Bitcoin, and nobody can stop Bitcoin. And as long as that Bitcoin is in existence, you know what I mean? There's hope. Without Bitcoin, I'd have very little hope. I'd feel the powers that be would absolutely win. So Bitcoin is almost like God hacking humanity. I truly believe that. This is destined. It was written. We needed uncorruptible money because humanity would be doomed the direction we're heading in without it. You know what I mean? That's why it's so important to fight for our rights. And that's just my 2 Satoshis. Let me know if you guys can relate. I'd pay off my mortgage with half a Bitcoin. That's what's up, legends. Bitcoin would be way, way overbought at today's price. Great answers, says Crypto Rome. Pay off student loans, says Jerome. Megadon, welcome. Seems like there's some great prediction. My plan has always been to sell 10% every time we hit an all-time high and continue to DCA for as long as I can, says Maximus. Jeff says just a bigger party in Puerto Rico. You already know. We'll celebrate to the next level. We'll have more expensive bottles of champagne. How's that? Respect, bro. Keeping it real. David number 23. What's good? Legends, don't do that. Borrow against the house and buy more BTC after it falls. Investment loans are tax deductible. I love it. The idea of OPM, other people's money. Why not? If you can borrow some money to take advantage of Bitcoin, why wouldn't you? Especially if you're going to be hodling for the long haul and do nothing stupid. You know what I mean? Preach, JV. You got it. Steven says agree. Megadon says, I think that says $1 million BTC. I will relax. Start my life. Everything JV started. That is what's up. Best episode ever. God bless. That truly means the world to me, PT. Why do you feel this particular episode was the best? Do enlighten me. Early adopters will slip through their hands. Then those you didn't get Bitcoin early will be squeezed by the governments or banking institutions. That's what's up. Lucky CBD Life, welcome. Just keep stacking them sats. You already know, fam. That's the name of the game. And keep DCAing, dollar cost averaging, and do what you got to do. At the end of the day, that's what's up. Legends, smile face, Maximus, hands up. Keep those hands up. Also, show some love to our sponsor. For anyone looking to get into crypto trading and learning from a true expert, click the link in the description down below. There's a presentation this dude does. It's very good. I think you'll enjoy it for those specifically interested in trading cryptocurrency and winning, because we all know the game is rigged and most traders will absolutely lose. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. And with that being shared, fam, now for a recap of what I covered with you here. In today's show, I broke down the latest technical analysis, as well as Bitcoin setting new all-time highs in 3 countries as the Bitcoin price pokes $31,000. We also discussed the ETF provider Prime to launch the first leveraged Bitcoin futures ETF, launching this Tuesday in 2 days. We also discussed the Bitwise CEO calling for a multi-year bull market starting now as institutional investors continue to FOMO in. We'll also be discussing, or we discussed, veteran trader Peter Brandt labeling Bitcoin a legacy coin to outlast the make-believe crypto wannabes and ish coins. We also discussed the $1.5 trillion Bitcoin market cap incoming, predicting macro guru Hugh Hendry, and we discussed how, as well as the top reasons why the Bitcoin price is likely to smash $1 million, according to the Strike CEO, Jack Mallers, and why nobody can stop that. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you